everyone, it's Doug from Bjorn Territory, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a windmill for your Peninsular War campaign. Hope you like this one, catch you in a bit. Okay, so the main materials I'm going to use is XPS foam, which I've chopped down into little brick pieces, and I've got a little tray that I top up intermittently. Next bit, I'm using coffee stir sticks. I bought thousands of them on Amazon for very little, easy to trim down and really cool material to work with. And they will mostly be used for the actual windmill mechanism. I've also got some square dowel, really good for timber frames and structures as well. And my usual Mod Podge black paint to hold it all together, and a little bit of polyfiller to give it a nice plastered looking weathered building. All right, starting with the step for the door, bit of hot glue gun, put it in place, and I've got a small piece of blue XPS foam that's cut. It's about 1.25 inches wide and 1/4 inch deep. I don't know, 3 centimeters wide by 1 centimeter deep, and that's going to be the stepping stone for the door. Give it another ring, which is half the size of that, down. Just make sure it's level to the floor. All right, there you go. Next bit, I've made a door already. Same from my other builds. It's pretty much a combination of all the coffee stir sticks, and it's put together with a couple of cross beams to look cool. I'm going to place that one, like so. And the next bit, just above the door, just a bit of structure. Looks like it's built in. And the idea is that these bricks will be forming around it to give it a bit of depth to it as well. So that's kind of why I went for this. But you could cut a doorway into it and set it in. But I'm going to build it around it. Hopefully work the same way. Bit of brickwork. So starting with on the bottom, slightly bigger piece to build up onto. And I'll just mirror it on each side. Make it easier to understand. And there you go. Great thing about hot glue and foam, you work really quickly. Bad thing, if you work too quickly and you're not concentrating, you could end up burning your fingers. So be careful, guys. I'm just going to build it up. Get caught up in all the strings. There you go, nice and quick and easy on one side. And I'll pick away all these stringy bits that I'm getting caught up with. And I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so fairly quick. And then all I'm going to do is the same. I've made a couple of windows, little ones, around the windmill. I use a similar kind of process building the window frames using the XPS foam. Great thing about this, it kind of hides any mistakes as well. So if you get a little bit fluffy, you just have to work on afterwards, picking it out. And I'll do that on the other 2 windows on the windmill. So the windows are done, the door's in place. All I'm going to do now is do a little patch with bricks on the wall as well. It's going to be popping through the plaster. I'm going to add on in a second. So it looks like it's worn away or it's chipped away. Okay. So I've joined it to a base just to make it a bit sturdy. I put some rocky alcovey things stuck around. And now it's time for a bit of filler, all-purpose filler. I don't know where I picked this up from. Maybe from a supermarket, I think. And all I'm going to do is plaster the walls. So I used the spreader to start with. Get it in. And then don't want to apply it too thickly. Seems to be quite sparing. A couple of wet fingers. You get involved. Start to sort out where you want it to go a bit easier. Not looking to put lots on, and it doesn't matter if I don't cover the whole tin. I'm not trying to change the colour with this, just trying to add in a bit of texture. Alright, if I put too much on, it'll end up weighing that absolute ton, and I don't want that to happen either. So it's like a smooth textural base for it. Right, whilst that's drying, we're going to work on the main part. And what I've done, using square dowel, I've just created the main structure for a spinny bit. It's about 6 inches, basically, width and length. All right, across. And then what I've done, I've cut down some coffee stir sticks that are 3.5 inches long. No, 3 inches long, sorry. And then I've cut some bits that are about 1 inch long for the width. What I'm going to do, using some super glue, join it together, make the wings of the windmill. Right, there you go, 4 of them. It's now drying, waiting for the next bit of assembly. Whilst this boy's still drying. Now for the assembly, one for each bit. And all I'm going to do, a bit of super glue, get on one of these. Line it up with the middle, press it for a little bit, and then do the next one. Oh, just leave that to dry now. It's all coming together. Right, now that this is dry, time for the Mod Podge and black paint. Let's get this out of the way, get that clean, bring that forward. I stuck a little bit of XPS foam on top. That's going to be where the windmill part is attached. So on with the Mod Podge black paint, just slapping it on. It does, it kind of ties everything together, and it makes it stronger as a whole piece. Gives a nice undercoat of colour for me to paint on afterwards. And then it makes the whole thing a little bit more durable, which is cool. Not too bothered about the top at the moment because I'll put a roof on it. It's just all about the main structure. Alright, now that the Mod Podge is dry, it's the first coat of white paint onto the windmill. Getting quite a washy style. Next bit, whilst that's drying, is to build the roof. And I've basically made a little cone shape out of a cereal box. Just check that the size fits on the top. A little bit of an overlap. Get that way around. Alright. And I'll glue that in place. Okay, for the roof, making some tiles like I've done before, strip of card sliced in. You can just peel away and lift up. Get a hot glue gun, add them on, and then build them up gradually. Slight overlap from the last one into the next one, like so, all the way up, like so, all the way up. Now that the tiles are on, just to paint them burnt umber. Next bit is focused on the stonework, and I'm using Mechanica Standard Grey just as a base coat for the grey. Once the door's done, and then work on all the other brickwork around the windows. Okay, next a couple of washes. So Nolan oil on the stone. And Agvaxel shade on the door as well. Now that the washes are dry, with a dry brush for the stone. For the tiles, the dry brush again, just on the edges, but with a slightly brown tinge on the white. With the brickwork I also came in with a bit of brown as well, lighter brown. Just give the stone a little bit more natural. Now for basing, PVA down all over where I would like my base ready material to go. Generous application of PVA all over the base. So using Geek Gaming Scenic's base ready Mediterranean soil, use my tray and apply, chuck it on. Now that the base ready material's on, it's just a matter of waiting for it to dry and add in any bits where it doesn't quite go where I thought it would. Bit of a tidy up. Right, there we go, it's all dried. Stuck on the wind turbine, put in a few tufts around, and you've got a Peninsular War windmill, which are pretty quick, really cheap to build, and looks pretty cool on the battlefield. Yeah, I hope you like this one. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks. Hope you feel a bit encouraged to get on and build some of your own terrain, or have a bit of fun just getting stuck in building stuff. And thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week, and take care everyone.